In previous class, we started operators in Python. Okay, so as of now, let me recap. So we have seen all the data types, fundamental data types, and list all data like list, tuple, dictionary, okay, and range function and input and output functions. So this pretty much we have covered. Okay, now we are covering about operators. So what are different operators in Python? So last class we saw arithmetic operator like plus, minus, star, float, model operator, exponential operator, okay, and comparison operator, less than, more than. I think these two things we have covered, right? Yeah. Can you tell me what is this percentage symbol? What do you mean by this percentage symbol? Anyone? So let
Model
me. Mhm.
model operators, sir.
Model operator. So what is the purpose of this operator? Why we use this operator?
It will give the remainder only, not quotient. It will give only the remainder.
Remainder. Yes.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want to get the question, then use this division operator. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's now move. So yeah. Okay. Now next is, so we have covered already arithmetic operator and comparison. Okay. Now let's take a look about equality operator. What is equality? Okay. So if I ask you equality, so what do you mean by equality? Equality means equal. You are checking whether two
Equal.
things, yeah, whether two values are equal or not. Okay. If I do comparison, then I'm doing the comparison, whether it's a more than or equal, or more than or less than. Okay. If I say equality, then you are checking whether two values are equal or not equal. Pretty much same. Okay. So here I'm checking the equality. So how to check the equality? It's very simple, just double equal. Okay. Double equal. So let's suppose, give me example. Let's suppose I have one data A is equal to 9, okay, and I have another data B is equal to 90, okay, and here I write it like this: A double equal B, okay, and print C, okay. So the double equal, it is it does the equality check whether two data A and B are both equal or not. It is not the comparison; it's the equality check. Okay, it's only check the equal, if both are equal or not. Okay, so in this case, A is equal to 9, B is equal to 90. So what do you think? It's equal or not equal?
Not equal.
Not equal. Okay, so because it's a not equal, then it, see, again, just like a comparison, it will again produce a Boolean value. Okay, if it is equal, then it will say true. If it is not equal, then it will say false. So in C, if I print C here, then what can be the result here? True or false?
False.
False, because this will give false result. Let me run this. So here you can see here I'm using one single equal and then I'm using double equal. Are you getting confused here in this syntax?
A single equal is normal equal. Double equal is a equality operator.
Yeah, single equal is called assignment. Okay,
Assignment.
single
Okay.
equal, technically we call it, it's a assignment.
Okay.
Assignment. Okay, and double equal we call equality check. Okay, so
Okay.
with the assignment, if I say, for example, here A is equal to 9, okay, so 9 I'm assigning into A. So this is the assignment. I mean, I have some value, I'm just assigning the value in some container, in some variable. Okay, so don't get confused. Some people get confused and single equal and double equal. So double equal means comparison. I mean equality check, not comparison. You are doing the equality check whether both the data is same or different. Okay, so this syntax A equal B, this will produce one value, maybe true or false. Okay, let's suppose in this case false. So this false value is getting assigned into C. Got it? So what is happening here? First, see, execution start from here, from left to right. Yeah, from here. No, yeah, from right to left. Okay, sorry, right to left. So the processing happens. Let me see how the processing happens. How the Python start the processing. It start from here. in this direction. Okay, so first it will check this. Is A equal B? Yes, no, false. So this will produce a false value, and then false will be getting assigned into C. So C will become false. Okay, so don't get confused between single equal and double equal. I hope it is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it only check the equality part. Okay, it's very simple. So this returns only Boolean value, just like a comparison. And comparison using equality is possible between two different data types. Okay, so equality you can apply on two different data types. Okay, comparison is only possible on similar data type. You know that comparison only possible on the similar data type. But equality you can check on any kind of data type. For example, let me show here. I am 9 is my int and B is my string. Something like this. Okay, so here it is not a problem. So if I am taking whether A is equal to B, so the value are different, it will say false. Okay, but in case of comparison, if you do A greater than B, it will give runtime error. Okay, so comparison you have to apply only similar kind of data type in case of more than, less than, but in case of equality check does not matter. It can be similar type or it can be different type. If it is different type, then it will be false always. It's a false always. Okay, even with the 9, okay, this is a numerical data, but it's a string, so it will be false. Okay, let me try with 9. Value, I think it should be false because it's a different type. Okay, if I make it 9, then it will be true. So both is 9 and both is integer type, so the value is same, like this. Okay, clear? This is clear. So A equal B, what is checking? It is checking whether A and B are both equal. If it is equal, then true. If it is not equal, then false. Simple. Okay. There is another variant, not equal. Sorry. Exclamation marks and equal, not equal. It says not equal. Okay. So it has two parts. Double equal. Double equal means I'm checking whether two data are same or not. Okay. If I'm doing not equal, it means I'm checking what? Both data are not equal. Okay. So here, in this case, what can be the result? I'm checking here, A is not equal to B. Okay. So what statement I'm making? I'm making that A is not equal to B. So it's a true or false. Here I'm making a statement. Just ask yourself, A is not equal to B. For this two given data,
It's a false.
A is not equal to
statement.
B. It's a false statement, right? It will be false. Okay. If I say 90, A is equal to 90 and A, B is equal to 9. Now I'm making statement A is not equal to B. It's a true statement or false statement?
Yeah, it's true statement.
It's true statement. True. Okay. So A not equal to B, it means you're asking a question to yourself, A is not equal to B. Okay. If A equal B, then you're asking a question, A equal to B. Okay. So basically you're making a statement, and based on the data, your statement can be either true or false. Okay. So this way we use equality and not equal. Clear? Okay. I hope last class we discussed about ORD function, right? Remember ORD function? Are you able to recall ORD? ASCII value.
ORD is a ASCII value. To get the ASCII value, we can use ORD. Yes.
Yes, remember, right? So if I write in
Yes,
this
sir.
statement here, so what can be the result here? What will it print?
ORD is equal to, so true only, sir. CA is 65 only.
Yes. So here I'm getting the ORD of A means ASCII value of A, right? So the ASCII value of A is 65. So basically I'm comparing 65 is equal to 65, right? So it's true, right?
Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir.
It's true. Okay. If I change lowercase a, then it's true or false?
It's a false. Lowercase value, ORD value is 97. ASCII value is 97.
Yes, you're right, 97. So it's a false. Okay. Yeah. So this is one case study, one example here like this. Okay. So I hope this is very clear. This is not a very difficult part. Okay. Now let's move to logical operator. Okay. So we cover arithmetic, comparison, logical, equality, logical. Okay. So logical. Logical operator is about and or. There are two operators and or. Okay. If you're from mechanical background, no. I think you're from electronics background, right, Bala?
Mechanical.
Mechanical. You might have heard about this logical gate. Have you heard about the logical gate?
Yes, sir.
Logical gate. Okay. In electronics or mechanical background, you might have heard about it. Okay.
AND gate, OR gate.
And gate, or gate. Okay. And
Yes.
there's two gates, and or like this. Okay. So in Python, in the programming as well, the concept is pretty much same, and or. Okay. So with the help of and or, okay, what happens? Let's suppose we have multiple statements. Okay, 2 or 3 statements. We have 2 or 3 statements, and if we want to combine the multiple statement, okay, then we use this kind of logical operator. For example, this. Okay, let me take this example. So we combine multiple statement with or and or. Okay. So you can see here we have two statements. The first statement is 10. 10 is equal to 10. This is the first statement. Okay. And the next statement is 10 is more than 20. Right? We have two statements. Okay. So we can combine these two statements either using and or. You can use and as well, or you can use or as well. No problem. Okay. So let me try with and. Okay. So you know the context, what is the and or or? So with the help of and or, you will combine multiple statements. 2, 3, 4, 5. It can have multiple statements in a program. Okay. So how it works, and so there's a called truth table. Anybody know about truth table? Are you able to remember truth table? You might have read, you might have heard about in your college, truth table. Okay. So for the and, what is the truth table? What the and says, rule is very simple. Okay. So this is a truth table. If you're combining two statements with the and, okay. So what happens in case of and, if both the statements is true, only then it will give you true. Otherwise, in every case, it is false. Simple. Okay. So how the and work? If both the statement, let's suppose you are operating on two statements, if both the statement are true, then it is true. Got it?
Yeah.
So in case of and, both should be true. If both is not true, if anyone is false, then entire thing is false. Simple. Okay. So this is called the truth table for and. Okay. So in this case, now let's suppose I'm using and here. Okay. So for the first statement, it's a true or false. 10 is equal 10. It's true or false? True. And the second statement, 10 is more than 20. It's a true or false?
It's a false statement.
False. Okay. So because one become false and we are using and, then what will be the value of true? It's a true or false?
False only.
False only, right? Because in case of and, both should be true. This statement should be true and this should be true. Only then it will be true. Otherwise, everything is false. It is false. Okay. If I change like this, 50. Now think about. So the first statement is true. Okay. And the second is also true. 50 is more than 20. So both is true, then everything will be true.
Yeah, now it's true.
True. Because both is true, right? Both is true.
Yes, sir.
Got it? Okay. Now it will be false because one become false. The first is true, but second is false. Okay. So, and how the and works, if both is true, if you're operating on two statements and you're using anding and, so in case of and, you have to check whether if both the statement are true, then my my result will be true, otherwise false. This is the AND rule, okay? In case of OR rule, what happens? If anyone out of
It's
two, if
true.
anyone is true, then it is true. Clear?
Yeah.
If
Yes, sir.
anyone, either one or second, anyone, if anyone is true, then entire thing is true. In case of N, when the true happen in case of AND, if both is true. And when true will happen in case of OR, if anyone is true. I hope I'm not
Yes, sir.
confusing you, right? Okay. So in this
Yes,
case,
it's clear.
what will be the value? True or false?
It's true only.
Yeah, because the first statement is true, though the second is false, but first is true. Okay. If first is true, then it will be true. It is true. Okay. Okay. If both is, let's suppose both is false. 100 is equal to 10. It is true or false?
It's a false.
It is false. And 10 is more than 20. It's a false or true? Both is false, so it will be false. Right? I hope you get it, right? So rule is very simple. In case of true, both should be true. I've given the truth table. In case of true, if the first is true and second is true, then it is true, and remaining is false. You can see remaining is false. In case of OR table, if anyone is true, either first or second, then it is true. Okay. Here both is true, then true. Here second is true, then true. Here first is true, then true. If both is false, then false. This is very simple logic. And true. And or. Okay. Easy. Okay. There is one more operator not. So we saw and, or, now not. Okay. So not is just opposite. It is called negation. Okay. Let's suppose here. How to use it? Let's suppose here. I'm writing one statement. Okay. And in front of this statement, I'm writing not. Like this. Okay. So what will happen? So whatever the result of the statement, okay, if it is true, if using not, then it becomes false. If it is true, then false got true, because you're doing the negation. Okay. So this is true or false in this case?
It's a false.
Yeah, this is false, but it will become true, right? This
Yeah,
statement is
after
notting.
After
Yeah.
adding, no,
Yeah, after
adding not, it becomes true. Okay.
True. Got it? It will just reverse the value. That's all. Okay. Now this 10 is equal to 10. It's a true, but I'm doing not, so it becomes false. It is just a negation. That's all. Opposite of it. Nothing. Okay. So this is called AND table, OR table, and NOT table. Okay. Okay. What will happen for this?
Okay.
Okay. 0 and 0.0. It's a true or false?
There is no comparison, is it? There is no statement.
Yes. So 0 is always considered as a false. It will be false. See, you know that 0 is always false, right? So this is false, okay? And this is also false. So false and false will be false, right? So false is represented as a 0.
Okay.
So it's a coming 0. Okay. Got it? Now or. Let me try or.
Sir, if it is at 0, it has to print false only, sir. Why it is showing 0?
No, it is getting converted into numerical. It is getting converted into numerical data. Because see, false is 0, okay, and true is 1. Okay, let's suppose if I do like this, let's suppose if I do 1 here, okay, and or, then what can be the value? 1 or 0.0? It's a true.
It should be true. So 1
It's a
1.
false. So it will be true, right? So T will be 1. Okay. If you want to convert into Boolean, then
Okay.
do a typecasting, bool, like this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now it will become true, like this. Okay. So yeah, this is just one case, one scenario. I hope you get it right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is about logical operator, and or not, and equality of operator, double equal, not equal. Okay. Any doubt so far? We are good with these two operators. So arithmetic we cover, comparison, equality,
Yeah. Fine, sir.
logical,
No.
logical. Okay, this must be covered. Okay. And next thing is assignment. Okay. Assignment is very simple. We have been using assignment since beginning. Okay. Assignment is just a equal, single equal. Okay. If you use double equal, then it's a equality check. If you use single equal, then it's assignment. Okay. For example, a is equal to 10. Okay. So here I'm assigning 10 inside a. You know that right? We have been using since beginning. A is equal to 10 means I'm assigning 10 inside the A. So it is called assignment operator. Okay. This equal, single equal is itself an operator. Okay. If I do like this, let me try this here. Let's try this. So here, if I say A is equal to 10 and print A, so A will be 10 here, right? So the value of A become 10
Yeah.
now, because I'm assigning the 10 inside the container A. Okay. If I say here A double equal, then you can say it's a syntax error. It's giving error. Okay. So here, what you're doing here, you're trying to compare, you're trying to do the equality check. This data and this data, you're trying to compare now, right? It is not the assignment now. Initially it was assignment. It's a different thing. Okay. Now, if you use double equal, then it's a different thing. Both are different. Okay. Now you're trying to do the comparison, whether both are equal or not. Okay. So this is a variable, but this is a variable. This is not a data, right? It's a variable. A is equal to variable, right? So this variable is not declared right now. Okay. So in Python, in programming, if you're using any variable, okay, so there are two parts. Variable declaration. It is called variable declare. Okay. So first you have to declare the variable. Only then you can use the variable. Then use the variable. Okay. So here Python is not, because here I am just using A, right? I have not declared the A, what is A, right? So you cannot use the variable unless until you don't have declared the variable. Okay. So first you have to declare the variable. See, if I use here 100, it's a data. It's not a variable. Are you getting this? 100 is it's a what? It's a data. It's not a variable. But if I say A, then it's a variable. Both are different. Guys, you're getting my point, what I'm trying to explain here. So if you're using variable, then make sure you
Explain
have.
Sir, if you put 100, what will happen, sir?
Yeah, you tell me now. Let's suppose I'm putting 100 double equal 10. Okay. So what will happen here? Now it be trying
It will
to do the
show
comparison.
error.
No, it will not show any error. Nothing will, it will not print anything, by the way. Oh, it is saying false. It is doing the equality check. No? You can say it is not doing equality check.
Yeah.
Whether 110 are equal or not. It is not equal, that's why saying false. It's a become expression. Okay. This is expression now. You can get the result. But if I say A equal 10. So A is not defined. If I run this, it will say no, it is not. How it is getting A? Yeah. I think it is caching. Let me use some different variable. इसमें variable name PPPP. It's a runtime error. Okay, so it is saying this variable is not defined. You can see here. This is not defined. Okay, so if you want to use any variable, then first make sure it is defined. How to define the variable? You know that, right? So here, what you have to do, the same variable name PPP.
Okay.
And assign some value inside it like this. For 5 times it is, right? Okay. Now it is able to find out. Okay, so this is my variable 90. The value of this variable is 90. Now I'm doing the comparison. Okay, then it is fine. Then it will do the now it is getting false. Okay, you got it. You got the context. What I'm trying to explain.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so if you use single equal, then it is assignment. Okay, for example, it was assignment. If you use double equal, then it is equality check. Okay, this is called assignment operator. I hope it is clear. Okay. Another operator is called compound assignment. It's an assignment, but it has a bit extra feature along with the assignment. Okay, so let me explain this. So this let us understand this code. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, so guys, are you able to understand this piece of code? Can you explain me what I'm doing here?
First of all, we are assigning 10 to A. Then next time again we are reassigning the value for A.
Okay, but before reassigning, I'm doing some calculation, right?
Yeah. Yes,
I'm doing the multiplication. So A containing the data 10. Okay. Now whatever data A containing, I'm multiplying by 2. I'm doing a star. Okay. So now it become 20, right? This will give me 20, right? Now this 20 after the calculation. So first I'm doing calculation. Okay. Here, the first I'm doing calculation. Step number 1 is
from right to.
Yes.
First is left.
Okay. Yeah. First is calculation. Okay. Then second is assignment. You getting this? So first is getting the calculation, whatever you do operation. So I'm multiplying, and whatever result I get after calculation, so that result I'm assigning into A. Okay. So it's a calculation plus assignment, right? Is it clear? So it is calculation plus assignment. Both is happening in the same statement. I'm doing both. I'm doing first calculation, then assignment. Okay, so assignment always happen at the last. Okay, assignment always happen at the last. So first you will do calculation, you will get the result, and that result will be getting assigned to the variable. This is clear. Even I can do plus, I can do anything, all the calculation like plus. So it will just do the addition, then it will assign. I can do minus. It will do the subtraction, then it will assign. I can do division. It will do the division, then assign. I can do modulo operator. It will divide the number 10 by 2. It will get the remainder, and remainder will be assigned into A. Right?
Yes, sir.
So here, these two statements, like calculation plus assignment, okay, this can be combined into single statement like this. So same statement, this statement, okay, this statement I can rewrite in this format. Percentage equal to. Okay, so this statement and this statements are both the same. Okay, so here as I told you, first you're doing the calculation, right? First you're doing the calculation and then you are doing the assignment. Okay, so here you can see first I'm doing calculation and then assignment. Okay, so this is called compound assignment. You can see here. So first you're doing, for example, here there are symbols. Okay, So first you're doing plus, then assignment, then minus, then assignment. A star equal. So you're doing first calculation, then assignment. Question, you're doing the division, then equal. Modulo operator, then equal. Double star equal. Okay. So here you're combining arithmetic operator with assignment operator. Okay. Got it? So
Sir, it's not clear, sir. How the both statements are same?
okay.
A is equal to A star to, yeah.
So here, this is clear, right? This statement is clear.
Yeah, that is clear, sir.
So what can be the value of A? Can you say, tell me?
For first statement, A is equal to A star 2.
So
A
what
percentage
what will be print here?
0.
You're dividing, no, divide 0, right? So dividing 10 by 2, and the remainder will be 0. So A becomes 0, right?
Yes, sir.
A is 0. This is clear?
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay. Now, as I told you that this can be combined. Okay. Your calculation and then the assignment. Okay. First calculation, then assignment. So these two operations can be combined. Okay. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. This one. Now focus on this statement. Okay. So here on A, this is a variable. On A, I'm doing the modulo operator and then I'm assigning. So this operator and this operator got combined like this. So percentage and equal got combined together. Let me make more explicit like this. Okay. So this operator and this operator got combined like this. So basically what, according to this statement, what you're doing, you are dividing A by 2. I'm using the modulo operator, and whatever result get, you will be assigned into A. So this statement and these two statements both are equal. You can write either this statement or this statement. Both are equal.
Okay.
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 Similarly, plus. If you want to do plus here, A plus 2, it become 12. Now A become 12, right? And now here you can do A plus equal. So it will do the first addition, A plus 2, it get the result, and that will be assigned into A like this. Okay. So you can try both. Okay, no problem. If you don't want to try this compound assignment, no problem. You can use the simple statement, but it's a good practice to combine, use the compound assignment. This is up to you. Okay. You have both the options. This is up to you.
Okay.
Okay. We are clear so far? So there are some combination. You can use any combination here. Okay. Now let me talk about the membership. Okay. So let me again recap. So arithmetic, plus minus, all the mathematical calculation, comparison, more than equal, equality, double equal, logical and or, assignment, it is very simple, single equal, compound, plus equal, minus equal, star equal. Okay. Now membership. So till here we are clear. We are good till here. So this is very fundamental, but it's very important. We have to use this statement. So you're learning ABCD, okay? This is just an ABCD now. You're learning ABCD. But with the help of this ABCD, you will make the long statements. Okay. Now let me talk about membership. Okay. And this is very important and we use very frequently this membership operator. Okay. So it has two parts, in operator. It is called in. Okay. We use in operator. So membership, if I ask a membership, okay. So with the help of membership, we just do a testing. We just confirm whether anything, any data or any variable is the part of something. For example, let's say, just say, for example, there's a classroom. Okay, in a class there are 50 students. Okay, and Ram is the part of that class. Okay, so can I say that Ram is the member of that class? It's a statement is true or false. If I'm making the statement, Ram is the member of that class.
That's true, sir.
It's true, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But if I say your parent is the member of that class, it's a true or false. Ram's parent is the member of that class. That class is true or false.
It's a false.
It's a false. Okay. So the membership operator helps you to determine whether something is the part of that group or not. Okay. So that's help you. Okay. And basically, generally we use collection. Let's suppose you have a list. Let's suppose you have a list of data. Okay. And you want to confirm whether this element, this data is a part of list. You have a tuple and you want to confirm whether this data is a part of tuple. You have a string. You want to confirm whether any character is a type is the part of a string or not. Let's suppose you have a dictionary, okay, and you want to confirm whether any key is the part of that dictionary or not, like this. Okay, so how to use this? Very simple. Here I'm giving an example. So basically we use in the context of collection, okay, like list, tuple, those things. So we use like this, okay. Oh, let me make it more explicit. So let's suppose I have a is a list 10, 20, 30, like this. 6, okay. And I want to check here whether 6 is the part of the member of this list or not. Okay, this is my check. I want to do what? Is 6 member of given list? Okay, this is what I want to test. Got it? Is 6 is a member of given list. So by looking at this list, what do you think? It's a true or false? Is 6 is a member of this list?
Yeah, it's true.
It's true, right? So how to write this statement in the Python? So you have to use 6 in A. Okay, and it will give some value, true value. You can store this value somewhere in X. If you print X, it will say true. Good. Got it? Let's suppose if I say here 600. So 600 in A. It's a false because 600 is not the part of, not the member of this list. It is false. Okay, so we use in operator. If you want to confirm it's a part of not. Similarly, you can use tuple as well, no problem. Instead of list, you can use tuple. Like this. So the syntax will remain same. Okay, only I'm false. If I say 6 here, 6 in A, yes, it is there. It is true. Like this. Okay. Let's suppose if I use some string here. Let's suppose Python. This is my string, right? And if I say P, I need to check whether character P is a part of this or not. P. So P in A is a true or false?
True, sir.
It's true because P is there. True. If I say A, is A in A? True or false?
Oh, false.
False because there is no A. Okay. If I say Py, is Py is there in that string?
Yes, sir.
It is there. It will say true. Okay. If I say Pyaaa, it is there.
It's a false.
It is not there.
So if you put Pn like that, sir, in the sequence, yeah.
No. So it should be in the sequence. So P is there, N is there, but it's not in sequence, right? It's a separate. So it will be false.
Okay.
So it's a sequence. Actually, it is matching the sequence. It's matching the pattern. Is a P N is the same is a sequence or not? Okay. So let's, for example, PYT. It is in sequence, right? PYT. It is in the same sequence.
Yeah.
PYT. So this will match.
What is true?
It is true. So in the case of string, it matches the pattern. The pattern should match. Okay. So this is about the list. Now talk about the dictionary. So let's suppose I have some dictionary. Name is something.
So key.
Key, yeah, it will match the key. Yes, you're right. Name is something, some value is there, like this. Okay. So here, in case of dictionary, it only matches the key. You have to check the keys, whether any key is the part of my dictionary or not. For example, name. Okay. So you just type name. Name is in A. So it
Yes,
will
sir.
check that only key, okay? It only check the key. So is name in A? Yes, it is there. It will say true. Okay. Is one is there in this dictionary? Yeah, it is there, right? One is
Yes,
there.
yeah, it is there.
It is true. Okay.
If you
If
put
I say 100, is this there?
no, false.
If I say 34, see 34 is a value, right?
Yeah,
But there is no
yes,
such
sir.
key. 34 is not the key, it's a value. So if you check 34 in A, it will say what? True or false?
False.
False. It is checking only the key, not the value.
Yeah.
Got it? Got it? Let's suppose Ajay.
Mm.
If I checking Ajay in A, it is true or false?
It's a false.
False. The value is there, but it is not checking the value. It is checking the key. Okay. So in case of dictionary, it only check the key. Okay, not the value. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here I can make it simple. Instead of assigning to variable, I can do like this. Only I can use print. If I don't want to use a variable, I can use like this also. I think this should be easy to understand, right? You understand this syntax. So it will say true or false, whatever. Okay, clear? I was using variable, but I'm not using variable here. So I'm just putting inside the print. Okay, this is clear for everyone? In operators? Okay. So this way you use the innovator. We have to use it multiple times in operator. Okay. So I have given some example in case of a string, in case of list, tuple, and in case of dictionary. So you can try these examples. Okay. Now let's come to this important topic, object reusability. Okay. Okay. So now let me talk about object reusability. For that, one second, let me open whiteboard. I want to explain about the objects. So I hope if you remember in the beginning, I discussed about class and object. So guys, are you able to recall what is class and what is object?
This class and object.
What do you mean by object? I had discussed that.
Yeah, we discussed.
Okay, no problem. Let me again discuss that.
No
problem. You can see my whiteboard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, in Python, you might be writing this statement, right? A is equal to 10, B is equal to something. I hope this statement is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens, let me explain behind the scene what happens. If you're writing A is equal to 10, okay, then what happened? See, that 10 is the real data. Okay, 10 is the object. It's an int object, right? It's an int class. It belongs to int class. So 10 is the real object. Okay, so what happens if you're writing A is equal to 10 and you run this program? So at the runtime, the Python will allocate some space for 10 in the RAM, in the memory. Okay, so basically the 10 is an object. So just imagine this is object. This is square is an object. Okay, and this object has a value of 10. Okay, and now this A is a variable. A is a pointer. Okay, now here A is pointing to 10. If you're writing A is equal to 10, then you have to remember this kind of diagram in your brain. Okay, this picture is clear.
Okay.
If I'm writing A is equal to 10, then what is happening? So 10 is my object. It's a physical object, and it gets memory. It gets a space in the memory at the runtime and the RAM. Okay, it happens in the RAM. And A is just a pointer. So A is pointing to 10. If I'm writing B is equal to 20, okay, so 20 is another object, okay, and B is just a pointer. It's a remote control, and it is pointing to B. Okay, so let's imagine it's a kind of television. You have a television and you have a remote control. So A is equal to 10. So 10 is my television, and A is my remote control. A is my pointer. It's my variable. Okay. This is clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, what you understand here, object. If you're writing any data, A is equal to 10 something, it can be a string, it can be in data, it can be float, it can be any kind of data, okay? So basically you are creating an object. Behind the scene, you are creating an object, and this object has a pointer, this object has a remote control, or this object has a variable, okay? This is clear. Now come to the main topic.
Sir, this 10
Yes.
is nothing but the data. So it is
Data.
name it as the object. So initially
Yes.
we studied that it is class and water. We are named it as it.
Yeah, so this both, see,
Yes.
both 10 and 20, they are two different objects, but they both belong to same class, which is int
Yes.
class.
Yes.
So both will belong to same class, but physically they are two different objects.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So if this is clear, then we can understand this concept. Okay, object reusability. Okay. So in Python is a very smart language. What happened in case of Python? If you're using any int from -5 to 256, it's a range, okay? So between -5 to 256, if you're using any kind of int, so Python will not create new object in the memory. Let me explain this statement. So let's suppose what is the range? -5 to
256.
256. So just remember this range, okay? -5 to 256. So this is the range for int. Okay. So what happened? Let's suppose I'm using A is equal to 10. Okay. And B is equal to also 10. Okay. So here in this case, what do you think? So how many objects Python will create here? We have two variables, A and B. Okay. But I'm writing A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10. So what do you think? How many objects it will create, Python? Do you think 10 will be two different objects? Like it will be a 10 here, like this. So
One
do you think
object is enough.
So do you think for this do statement, this is the correct diagram?
No, sir. The arrows are to be to the same.
Yeah.
So
this will A and B both will point to same object.
Yes.
So it will not create new object. Okay. So from if you're taking any data from -5 to 256, it will reuse the same object. Okay. But if you go beyond 260, let's suppose 600, I'm using A is equal to 600 and B is equal to 600. Now it will create two different objects. So A will be 600 like this. This will be 600. A pointing 600 and B will be another object. Though the value is same, okay? Value is same, but it will be two different objects. Now B will point to this object. Okay. So in this case, A is pointing to a different object and B is both is pointing to two different objects, not the same object. Clear? And this is for applicable for this range -5 to -256. Within this range, Python reuse the object. They don't create multiple objects. If you go beyond this limit, then they will create different objects. Okay. This concept is clear.
So up to 256,
yes,
same object is we can assign to A and B.
Yes. If you let's suppose if you're using A is equal to 256, okay, and B is equal to 256, and again C is equal to 256 multiple times, or you can go to multiple times C, D, E, F. Okay. So here, though we have three variables A, B, C. Okay, but here there will be just one single object, and all the three variable A, B, C, they will point to same object. So though you can create multiple variables, but there the object will remain same, single object.
Okay.
Okay, but if you cross this limit, 250, go beyond 256, it will create different object. Let's suppose if I do A is equal to 600, B is equal to 600, 6 is equal to 600. So all three will be three different objects and three different variables. Now B will point to its own object like this. Okay, so this is the concept I'm trying to explain here. Object. Okay, if your data is within this range, it will be same object. Even though you can create multiple variable, you can have multiple pointers, you can have multiple remote control, but your TV will be remain same. Okay, just one TV, but different remote control within this range. Otherwise, it's a different TV. Okay. Now, how to check? Okay, in the program, how to check whether the variable is pointing to same object or it's a different object? How to check that? Okay, so for checking that, we have a variable operator like is operator. Okay, so is operator check the whether A and B is pointing to same object. Okay, you can see we have seen equality operator, right? A equal B. Okay, so A equal B check only the value. It does not check the object, whether it's pointing to same objects or different object. It does not bother about the object. It only bother about the value. Okay, but if I use A is B, then it check the object creation, whether A and B is pointing to same objects or it's a different object. Got it? Let me try something, some example. Let's suppose here I'm using A is equal to 9, okay, and B is equal to 9, okay. If I say print A equal B, okay, if I say print A is B, now tell me, for first print, it will be true or false?
True.
True, because it takes the value. It does not bother about the object. Okay. For A is B, for the second statement, it's a true or false?
That is also true.
It's also true, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me try this. 900, 900. Now tell me.
No, first statement is true, second one is false.
Okay. I think we got it. Okay. I hope everybody got this, right? Why it is false in this case? A is B.
It is more than 256, so
Yes.
another
Object. So it will create, so
Yeah.
A and B, it will be two different objects. Though value is same, it will be two different objects. Okay. Here for equal, double equal, object does not matter. They only check their value. Okay. So whenever you want to confirm whether A and B pointing to same object, different object, then use is operator. Okay. And if you're not worried about the object, you only worry about the value, then use double equal. Clear? Guys, this is clear for everyone?
Okay.
Okay. So there is one more
Sir,
operator.
value.
Yes.
Value, we can understand that we may require to do some operations and all. But what about objects, sir? Why we need to consider the objects in the application point of view? I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, if you're doing the object-oriented programming, then it is important. Okay. So Python is the object-oriented programming as well.
Okay.
So Python you can use in two ways, either simple scripting language where you don't have to use object, or another way where you have to use object-oriented language. So in
Okay, for
that
data
case,
science also it is.
yeah, in that case, it is important. Then if you want to play with object, then this is useful operator, is operator.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to teach you object-oriented. It's advanced concept. So first focus on the plain scripting language, then we will go object-oriented language. But yeah, if you want to go with the object concept, then is very useful. Okay. There is one more
Okay.
operator, ID operator. No, not operator. ID is a function. ID. Okay. So ID will give you the address. Let me, for example, this one. If I say here, let me print ID. Print ID of A and print ID of B. Okay, let us see what happens. You can see this ID is nothing but the address. You know that because 900 is an object, right? It's a kind of object like this. This is object, okay? So these objects get some space in the RAM. If you're running the program at the RAM, it will get some address, get some location, okay? So this ID is nothing but the location of your object in the RAM. This 900 where this object is getting created inside the RAM. So this is called hash code. This is location. You can see here both value, though value is same, but ID is coming different. You can see that ID is different, right? For A, this is the ID. For B, this is the ID. Both is different, right? It indicates that both are different objects. If IDs are different, it means it's a different object. Let me make 9, okay? In case of 9. So in case of 9, what do you think? Both the ID will be same or different?
Same.
Same, because it's the same object. You can see ID same. Okay, so ID will give you very clear picture about the location of the object. If it is same, let's suppose if you're writing, if your ID is coming same for different object, different variable, it means these variables are pointing to same object. The picture is like this. In this case, this is the picture. If ID of A of ID of B is same, it means it's the same object. If ID of A and ID of B different, it means it's a different object, right? I hope it is clear. I hope I'm not confusing you, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are pretty handful function, ID function. So ID will just give you the location in the memory, okay? The location of the object, where it is sitting. If the ID is coming same, it means it's the same location. It means it's the same object. If ID is coming different, it means it's a different object, okay? And if you want to confirm, I use is operator. It check only the address object, whether it's the same object, different object, and equals double only check on the valuation. Only it does not bother about the object. It only takes up care of the value. Okay. So my friend, this is the this is all about all the operators. So arithmetic, comparison, equality, logical, assignment, compound, membership, identity. It is called identity. Okay. I'm just checking the identity. So for that, we use is operator. Okay, what is operator or ID function? These two are handy. Okay. So this is the end of all the operators now. Okay. Now we will start the loop. So from here now you're going into depth of the programming from the loop. Okay. So we will understand what are the loop concepts. There are so many concepts: loop, if, else, ternary operator, break, and there are a lot of things. So now you're going into the depth of the programming from here. Any questions? I will give a couple of examples, okay, in the group based on operators and all the previous concepts. Try to solve it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions before I wrap up the class?
So ID means location, or can we use the word address? Location and address.
You can say ID, location,
Same
address.
or
Yeah, same. It's a word. It's an only different word. You can say it's ID is location or address in the RAM.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like this. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is all for today. Next class, we will start the for loop. And please join the next class, okay? Please, because next class now is going to be, now you're going to start real program, multiple code. So it was just a foundation, ABCD. Now you're going to start the real thing. Okay. So this is all from my
Okay.
side. I will see you in the next class. So next class will happen on Saturday. Saturday, no? Saturday. Saturday.
Saturday. Yes.
Saturday. Okay. Yeah. So I will see you Saturday. Okay. Bye.
Okay, sir. Bye.